Our next guest started in the credit union 45 years ago in microfilm and a body cast, and now he's our CEO. Join us for a conversation with John Lund. John, I am thrilled to have you in the gazebo.
It's great to be here, Vaughn. Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Oh,
I'm excited for our audience to get to know you a little bit more, know about your career and kind of the things that you like to do outside of America First. So let's talk about, you're the CEO of our credit union. So let's talk about how long you've been the CEO and what you did to get there.
Well, I've been the CEO since 2012.
Okay.
So 8+ years.
Okay.
And what I did to get there, well, I hope I worked a really lot.
Yeah.
But I had when I started at the credit union, I had no dreams of someday being the CEO.
Really?
No, none at all.
Wow. What's your career looked like? Where did you start?
Well, I was really very fortunate because at the time, I was 21.
Okay.
I was actually in a body cast. From the back of my neck to my waist. I couldn't move my head. And so I couldn't drive a car for 6 months. So I was pretty down in the dumps, if you will, that, I wanted to get going in college. I wanted to get going on a job. Yeah. I was really very fortunate to find a job at the credit union doing microfilming, which I could sit on a chair and just feed documents into a machine and they filmed those documents. Now I'm really dating myself by talking about film and microfilm in today's computer, but that's where I started. Was a part-time microfilm technician.
My goodness.
While I was going to school, I did go to school even during that time. But
in your body cast? In
my body cast, which was kind of embarrassing to walk into class with this big, my clothes didn't fit right. And my mom would drive me to school at Weber State. And I'd slide out of her Volkswagen Bug.
Oh my goodness.
And go attend class and try to take notes because I couldn't see my paper.
Wow.
But anyway, I did that and was very, very fortunate to have a job at all.
Okay.
And then I just, the credit was fabulous because it was growing and there were opportunities in lots of different areas. And I got a different job, and then that led to another one and to another one. And I was in the branches. I tellered. I did loan work. I was assistant manager. I was the manager of a branch.
Okay.
A department manager, and then this fortunate, very, very fortunate, able to over 45 years work my way up.
45 years. That's how long you've worked at America First.
I know. That's a long time.
Where does the time go? Do you ever think that?
It's crazy how fast the time has gone by.
And how different the credit union is now than it was, I'm sure, when you started.
Yes.
What would you say is the biggest difference?
Well, I think obviously technology is a huge difference.
Yeah.
What I'm really happy about, what hasn't changed, is the commitment to serving our members, the commitment to each other, and helping each other succeed, and the good things we're doing, the purpose we have, that has been very consistent, and I'm happy about that.
Of all of the things that you've done, which would you say made the biggest impact on you?
Well, I've always had the philosophy of, people have asked me, hey, what do I need to do to advance my career? I've always had the philosophy is, do the very best you can where you are. Okay? Be the very best teller, be the very best loan officer, whatever it is, be the very best clerk, and just give it your all.
Nice.
And the cream will eventually rise, and you'll have other opportunities to move other directions if that's your desire.
Sure. What's something that you would say would surprise others about your job?
A couple of things, a couple of thoughts.
Okay.
One is I get like several hundred emails a day.
Oh my goodness.
Most of them are from salespeople trying to sell something. So I can delete those or set up a file that they get out of there pretty quick. But the other thing is I have never had a boring day. In fact, I joke around with people. that say, I would like to have just one boring day.
Really?
But it's just so full of change and different things every day that, you know, and it's usually just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
So it's very invigorating that way, but it's also sometimes a bit exhausting. And my dear wife, you know, we've been married 44 years, and I try not to take any problems of work home with me, but I really have to give her a lot of credit, because without her, I couldn't have done what I've done. She's so supportive and by my side and understanding, and in all those years, there's rarely 2 days in a row that I get home at the same time. And she always waits for dinner for me, and no matter how late that is. And she's the biggest America First promoter there is. You know, she's always selling America First, and she's got somebody that she wants me to talk to or somebody that she wants me to help out. And so she's great.
It sounds like she has a heart of gold.
She is. She really does have a heart of gold.
Very good. So outside of America First, what are some things that you like to do? I understand you mountain bike. Any other hobbies?
I tried a mountain bike.
That's a tough skill to learn.
No, I enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things outdoors. I love to hike. I've backpacked. I love fly fishing.
Okay.
Golf.
Very good.
I love to spend time with my family.
Nice.
You know, I have 3 kids that are grown now,
Okay.
and 5 grandkids so far. So I spend a lot of time with them. I love to travel.
Oh, very good. Do your grandkids do a lot of those things with you? Do they hike with you or fish with you?
They do. You know, they're starting now to get old enough where they can do some of those things, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to have those memories with them as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So the first answer that comes to your mind, how would you describe yourself in one word?
Wow, now you make me pause. In one word, concerned.
Concerned?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Maybe elaborate.
I may want to think of a new word. Well, I guess I'm maybe care is a better word.
Okay.
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 Probably care is a better
Yeah.
word. I care about what I do.
Yeah.
I try to care about others and,
Yeah.
and helping them.
Yeah.
You know, I care about my family.
Sure.
Yeah.
Last question I have for you. What is something that would surprise people about you?
Well, something that may surprise people about me is that I'm kind of a country kid at heart.
Really?
We live on a little farm.
Yeah.
And with cows and really with hay and all of those things, and
How fun.
and changing the sprinkler pipes and
Oh my goodness. So
those
you go
kind of
out
things.
like, are you one of those 5 a.m. gotta go out and feed the animals and tend to the...
well, I try to pass that on to somebody else, the kids or somebody, but
Sure. Is it a pretty decent size? Like,
yeah, it's about 100 acres.
My word.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I would say that would be surprising. I like that. That is
Yeah.
so fun. Well, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for chatting with me and telling others more about you and your credit union history.
It's my pleasure.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Thank you, Yvonne.